Hey everybody, it's Sabrina, and this is my last process video for my This Is Me project. So the next video you will get to see is a complete walkthrough. So this is personality prompt 31. I am actually going to discover that I numbered these all wrong, so it's actually 32. And for personality, I thought of the Myers-Briggs and then Gemini. So I just went online and I found some kind of memes and pictures and just a variety of things so that way I can make a collage. And I wound up with darker colors, so I got to go with purple and black. So after trimming the different images that I had, I was able to make a collage, and then I can start crumpling some flowers and adding them to the different sections that I'm going to put together, the 3 different sections that I have. So right here, I am just trying to make sure that I can spell out personality. And so I realized that I can, so that way I can put a big cluster down at the bottom left, because I was worried that I was not going to be able to. And I did have one purple flower that was too big, so I switched that flower out for a different one. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp personality starting with Y, going backwards. That doesn't always work for me, but because I usually goof, and I'm going to in a minute, but I am stamping backwards. And once again for the L, I just used the I twice. That is where I messed up. I did an R and an E, and then I meant to do an ER. So I just got out some extra paper that I had, the same type of paper from the Storylines chapters, stamped it, cut it out, put it, now you can't even tell that I messed up. So up at this corner, I'm going to do a black outline flower and then a purple outline flower, and then I will just cut off the extra that I don't need. I used 2 tiny little scraps to put underneath that photo at the bottom of the little squirrel, so I put a few little scraps there to make an extra big cluster. Now I got out a few other stamps, some florals, my number, and then an All About Me stamp from Everyday Explorers. So the number is from Citrus Twist, and I stamped 31, and then I am going to stamp the All About Me, but I realized the paper is not the right size. Grabbed a bigger size paper, gonna cut it out, and then I'll put that All About Me next to the 31 and also build a cluster kind of underneath that All About Me. So I'm gonna lift up the circle, and then I'll put the purple, and then I have a black flower that I'm going to try to figure out how I can put into that cluster. I put it one direction and it wasn't working, so I just turned it a little, and now you can't tell that it's kind of half of a flower. And now I'm going to use my Crafty Jen Scow stamp, and I'm going to stamp several different leaves, and I just love it. This page was so much fun to make with all the purple and the black. It's definitely a fun color scheme and one of my favorites. So I am finishing up with the stamping. I even lifted one of the purple leaves so that way I could add some florals. All right, so this is March faves. Since this album took me so long to complete, I decided to include March faves and April faves, and I'm using a scrapbook.com alpha stamp. I don't have my M, so I'm just using a W, and that's just going to be good enough. For the numbers, I went very small, just like I did for February, and I think it's an Allie Edwards old Day in the Life stamp set or Week in the Life. So I'm going to stamp out March faves, April faves, 32 and 33. And once again, I'll go back and restamp all the numbers. So I'm doing the same design as February, and then I will do some arrows kind of like as bullet points to talk about my March faves, and just stack these 3 pieces and then stamp the arrow, and then I'll be done. So easy and simple, and gets the page done. Then I'm going to move on to April faves, and I decided to use a photo of me in a field of wildflowers. I love it. My friend took it of me. And then I will go with blues and purples, and then I'm going to do a little leaf stamp from Everyday Explorers, and then I will jot down some April faves, and then I'll move on to the last page. And I I wound up doing 6 bullet points because I had a lot of things to say about April. April was a pretty good month. Okay, so I thought about how to end this album, and I came up with a pie. Since pieces of me, obviously there's a lot of pieces of me for everybody, right? So I thought of a pie, and I went through my digital files and I found an Allie Edwards pie, and I was able to cut the white circle out on my Cameo, and then the pieces I cut as well, and I did like a rainbow. And so I adhered everything down, and now I'm just kind of seeing where I can put some florals. Since I've used floral stamps and greenery stamps throughout this entire project, that's what I decided to do, and I did black, just black ink. So it's not really the florals, it's more the greeneries, but same thing, I've used both throughout this album, and I'm just kind of stamping them all around, or mostly around where the circle is, because I marked it with a pencil, and then I will just adhere down the circle. And I'm using Everyday Explorers and Crafty Jen Scow for my greenery. So I'm just finishing up that, and then I will adhere down the circle. I love this finishing touch, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. It took a while to get all the layers colored in Photoshop Elements. I had the perfect wood veneer too that says "This is me," and I also had a white butterfly and 2 white hearts. So perfect, and I can use up those from my ColorCast design stash, and I just love them. Also at the bottom, I stamped "Right Now" and "My Story Matters," and I love that little finishing touch for my album. I hope you guys have enjoyed going on this journey with me and documenting my This Is Me project. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel and want to keep seeing my videos. All right, have a great day. Thanks so much. Bye.